Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Today, we are sitting back in the Bahamas where we left off, and we're going to head over to San Juan. That's about a 700-ish mile flight over, about an hour and a half. So, we're going to take the three-holer on its way and make our way across the Caribbean to San Juan. Uh, this is the FJSIM 727 sitting in front of you. So we will be having a good time. Three people crew, flown by one person. That would be me doing all three positions, as well as flying with Mike's narration. So y'all have a great time. Sit back, relax, grab a plane, fly with us. Let us know if you're flying out there. We'd love to know where and what you're flying. Who knows? Maybe I'll take a run over there. So for now, let's just kind of on the ramp here, take a look at the bird from FJSIM. We are in Pan Am colors today, which just reminded me. Hang on a second here. Let's get back to here. And I did forget a step. Hopefully this step will work today. Up so far so good. Just getting the ACARs started, folks. And here we go. Truth be told, start flight. Yes, we are on, folks. All right, so like I said, we got a 758-mile run. We're going to take a look at that here shortly. Um, Curious, that's not showing up. Okay, I thought it might, but it's not. Uh-oh. Oh, for a second there, I thought I closed out my program. Okay, and I'm going to make one check now that I had an uh-oh moment. Always good when you have those to quickly intervene and make sure no bigger uh-ohs. All right, so we are on the map and okay, hang on a second, folks. A couple of things came at me. What was that? Oh, okay, I know what that was all about. Okay. Um, okay, that's working. And finally, there's the one we're looking for. All right, so everything looks good, and I do apologize for that digression. But this way we'll also get credit with a VA. So we'll continue our tour around the aircraft as we get ready to take November 4737. Nice play on numbers. Out for a joyride, shall we? And yes, there are no interior textures to this aircraft, so that's kind of, it's your call, folks, how real you want this plane. It's a really good plane. It isn't without its faults, though. So just keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, as with any purchase right now, folks, X-Plane 12 is sometime going to release on the horizon. We have not been clued in, nor have they given me any advance notice. And I doubt I ever would get that advance notice. But just always keep that in mind with purchases, especially since there are some really expensive ones that have come out here of late. And we're not going to get into the good or bad of them. We're just going to get into the cockpit and go flying with Mike. Plain and simple. All right, so here we are, folks. We're in the cockpit. Let's do some quick things to get her up and readied. Now, I've already got it on the ground power, as we can see. So we'll turn the battery switch on. Ground power's on. Get our selector valves over to it. We've already got air on, not from the generator or from the APU, ground air. So we can start cooling things here in the plane. Pack 2 coming on now. And the thing with this plane I haven't learned yet is how to know what the cabin temperature is. I'm assuming that's up here, but that says packs. So when I assume, I always get into trouble, folks. Here's our air mix. So I really don't know how our cabin is doing temperature-wise. Okay, so we got all the vents on. We'll go ahead and turn the Cali power on till we're ready for the APU. All right, so let's come back here and while we're at it, let's grab some lights, navigation, and logo. And the reason I go for this one, I just like the fluorescent look to it, folks. I mean, I could turn it off, bring these up, but I just don't really see it doing as much. That just lights it up. So now if we fly at night, that may be a hindrance to, using it, but for now, that's perfect. All right, and finally, let's talk flight. And with that, let's talk Sim Toolkit. And folks, it doesn't matter if it's Sim Toolkit you use or Volanta. They're the two best out there for this purpose, flight planning. And they both rely heavily upon SimBrief. So you set your plan up in SimBrief. Bear with me a second, folks. I knew it was going to do that one. Hang on. I'm just trying to get so that I get my altimeter set, because that is way off. TJSJ. All right, so let's get back up here to Nassau, and we're looking at 3023. Yeah. So, and the reason I knew, folks, we're not 90, went too far. Your needles are going to read very close to what you are above sea level. So, one of these days, I will take the time to set up active sky or X camera to read these better. And that one's not set either. I thought they set. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we got the altimeter issue worked out. Sorry, folks, you didn't get to see that, but we just set it. All right, so there we go. There's Sim Toolkit. It is free. Volanta is free. So either one works good in this role. It's a good flight planner. All you do is go to flight planning. Right in the top there, you'll see load sim brief, and it'll take whatever you've generated, produce. Oh, then I do apologize, folks. But for today, our loadout is, let's find out how close we are. $121 plus no cargo. So we're going to be putting on 121 people. 27,830 pounds will be the payload, and our zero fuel weight of 125,430. Fuel 24,573 on the pounds and 35,000. And finally, the quick wrap up here. We got 723 miles to go. We got a wind kind of at our back, 246 at 59. So it's kind of a good push, hopefully. And again, there's our flight level. We're going to be at Mach 0.8 for our cruise. Fuel breakdown. And then finally, that's how we get to St. Thomas for our alternate. Here's how we get to San Juan. All right, so with that, we right now do not show any ATC along the route. I'm going to go ahead and get us connected here in case any of you are trying to find us. We are flying a 727. Connecting. And then within the next minute and a half, 2 minutes, you'll see us there on SimAware, sitting in San Juan. Okay, so there you go, folks. There's our flight plan. There's our game plan for the day. Tomorrow, look for it to be a little split up, if you will. We've got a couple of things. Hey, good morning, Hawker 125. Hope you're having a good day. Tomorrow we've got a appointment with the house I have to tend with, so I don't know how we're going to do the stream yet. So I got to get an exact time. We'll get that all worked out and we'll be set to go. So, but for now, let's get this bird loaded. Let's get out of here, get over to San Juan. So to load it, we go to the second icon here, the airplane looking, weight and balance. We got to put 121 people in here. Couple of ways you can do it. You can just go under packs and go random, random, random until you get there, or get to a point that you like the way it looks and then finish it off. I think I like this. Yeah, I like this. So we'll just punch a bunch of people into first class. I'm just that kind of guy, folks. Okay, we'll put a couple up front here for the leg room. And believe it or not, we're pretty full, folks. Okay, and where do we stick that last passenger? How about right there? All right, so right here is the row to be in, folks. There's seats. They all have seats, but you know what I mean. You're gonna have room in that row. All right, now for the fuel. Let me get my number again. That being 24,573. 24. So we don't have to go down much. I use these plus and minuses, not these, and I'll tell you why. I really don't know. I really don't know how low this can go or how low these can go before they run out and give us troubles. So I work them all. 24, 5, 10. You know what? I think we're going to go with 26,000. And that's going to give us a range of 1,000 miles. We're only going 740, I believe it said. So, if, we're within that. 35,000 is reachable, and we're within all our limits. So I think that's a good number to go with. Hang on a second as I update some numbers here. Perfect on our weights. Fuel, we're up to 20. Oh, we wanted to come down to 24. My bad. Okay, so we'll go with 2510. Okay, my bad. And that actually got us easily to 35. Total fuel, gross weight, we're still looking good. All right, so close that off. And check our reports. We have nothing to report as of yet. Give it time, folks. Give it time. All right, so we're ready to go. I'm going to try something here. Let's go to AvTab charts first. Bring up our 727. And there it is. Okay, logbook's in. We got to do a 3-gear check and then 3 green. Pins are aboard, fire warning, and overheat. Let's get rid of that while we're doing this. We'll go up to the overhead first. Overheat. Okay, we're awful quiet. Hang on a second. I think I muted it. I sure did. That is not helping matters. I was trying to figure out why when I fired the plane up, I didn't hear the, there we go. Okay, and we'll come down here, do a fire check. All looks good. Oh, wait a minute. Up here we can also do our overheats on the window heat. Okay, and back to the back here. All right, and reset. All right, so we're good to go. Checking one last thing. A system off, B system on. All right, folks, so let's get her going. Checklist time. Oh, light check time. Don't try and cheat like I did once, folks. And I'll show you the cheat switch. There are a lot of light bulbs to check, folks. And you'd be surprised some of them that you can check. Because it caught me. Go ahead and hit each one even though they're lit up. Okay. Coming down to the middle. I'll show you one of them here in a second. Just, okay, one more time. As you can see, everything seems to work. So keep that in mind when weird things happen. Always start with, is that a light? Okay, there we go. All right. So let me check these real quick again. All right. Last time I flew this plane, I put it in reverse for a power back. Number 1 did not light up reverse. The bulb was out. See, you can check them. Even these can be checked, folks. And I'm not sure if we're going to come across the bulb that needs to be replaced, but you'll see a message. Bulb replaced. Okay. I don't think there's any more. Now we go to where we got a ton of bulbs. And I check them even if they're lit. Try to be as methodical as you can, like find a system, because it really does help so that you don't miss them. 505, welcome to the stage. Hope you're having a great day. All right, last set of bulbs. Well, almost. Yeah, this plane, Okay, we got these. We know these. Couple more to go, folks. Oh my goodness. We got more. All these blue ones to check. And yes, those two. And finally, okay, got them all checked and didn't have one go out. Welcome aboard, Orb 505, for a nice run through the Caribbean as we start this off. Tomorrow we're going to be island hopping, so I hope you're ready for it. Again, I may get a late start because of an appointment just to catch you up there, Orb. I have something to do with the house with getting the fence set up, so maybe a little late jump. So, but we will try to get all 3 flights in. Yes, I said it, folks, all 3. Usually these are all lit. I'm not sure why they're not. Well, we're going to find out as we go through. All right, so heading on down in the checklist. All right, so let's get down here and start the SIVA. Well, we don't have SIVA, folks. We have the FMC. Folks, I don't use the SIVA, one, because for this one it costs. The 747, it comes with it. Nice play on it there. Nice. He is so punny. Okay, let's see, MYNN, Nassau, TJSJ for San Juan. Today's flight, 121, I believe it is. Hang on, let me go back to my briefing sheet. Oh, my bad, 41. Okay, and execute. All right, so for the departure here, now we're going to kind of get rid of this again. We're going to bring charts in so we can take a look at this. Actually, do I have it loaded up yet? Yes, I do. All right, so here comes charts. And we're going to expand it here. All right, so you can see the routing across the northern Caribbean, southern Atlantic, however you want to call it, folks. Basically, the Bahamas to San Juan. All right, so in San Juan here, here's where we are located, very north end of the terminal. Unfortunately, that's our taxi. Yeah. Real close, I believe it is C45. Let's see if I can do this. Well, we'll just do it this way. Swing around and see what stand it says. Looks like 45. Okay, so it is. The one nice thing I wish we could see here, folks, it doesn't appear. And again, it's what I call a flaw. I'm sure the makers of X-Plane will say, oh, we intended that. No landmarks. Atlantis Hotel and Resorts is here. Huge cruise ship bay. Well, not huge. I think 3 were in the day I was there. But nonetheless, it's impressive. So, but, you know, again, I wasn't even part of X-Plane at that point when they made this, so it is what it is. So, yeah, we'll be at C45. We'll push up back facing north or east, taxi out to hotel, all the way down, or actually that's November, all the way to the end, get on 3-2 and go, unless we have to get on Alpha, back taxi a little and then go. But what we brought this up for is the departure. And I think I am going to go ahead fly the Javis 2 out to Jeddah. So basically it's an almost immediate turn at Javis to Habbo, to Jetic, and then we'll head for our first fix. So how do we do this? Well, we go to departure, find Nassau, click departure, click our runway first, which is 32, Javis. Just making sure, okay, just making sure there isn't one closer. Take Jetic, execute, and then we go back to F plan. Now you see Javis, which will then work us out to Jetic. So we'll see that on the next page. There's Jetic. Okay, so from Jetic, we go to Bosar. Let me see how this works out. It wouldn't even take it. That's funny. But anyway, from Jetic, we'll then go straight to Bosar, which yeah, that'll work to Bosar. Okay, so Bosar, B-O-S-A-R, execute, and A555, followed by Hardy. And folks that are familiar with San Juan, I've flown into this airport, folks, on the sim at least 100 times, it feels like. And so I know Hardy is the beginning of the Beano, whatever number the Beano's at. Right now it's at 3. Sometimes it changes. So, and there's our flight plan, folks. That's simple. Come back here, we'll click legs. Everything looks grand. Click VNav. Next page, not K, FL350. Execute, come back. Okay, so you can see 800 miles the system's projecting. Now, I could put Beano 3 in now. I'm gonna wait. Because when I started planning this, actually, Friday night? No. Sunday night. First time in all of those trips, they were actually landing on 2.6 and 2.7, or 2.8. No, 2.7. It is 9. So I don't want to run into that because I may have to change up the star. So we're planning to go to Hardy, and then from there where we need to go. We may go direct SJU, do a procedure turn, come in. All depends how the winds will be when we get there. So there's our legs page, and the FMC is set up. For now, we'll call home. Let's see, is there any initial climbs? No, no assigned. I think I need more coffee. So for now, we'll go for 35,000. All right, let's. I'm going to go ahead and move this down in size, folks. I haven't heard any complaints, so for now, we'll just kind of keep it there. And then I'm going to move it back to the airport view, so that way you guys can kind of see where we are. I can blow that up, so hang on. Fortunately, I can't go full page, but there you go. So you can see we're going to come out here to November, or no, it is hotel. And all the way down to 3.2. 10,925 feet. All right, pressing on. pulled the wrong one. Sorry, because I don't have one. That's why. All right, we've done our briefings. Fuel. We're going out of here with 25,010. Center pumps on or off? Let's find out. Center pumps are on at this. Actually, they're off at this time. We'll turn them on with the APU. Okay, passenger sign. So now we're heading up to the top. This is where I have a hard time finding a spot for this. So what I'm going to do real quick, all of these need to be guarded. Anti-skid guarded and on. Again, bulb check, all good. Okay. Stall warning test. Flight recorder test. Compass is slaved. All of our VHF are good. We've done our test here. We'll go to RTO. Lighting is set. We are on that light coming down the middle. Emergency lights on. Wipers are off. Coming down, all 3 engine guards are on for now. Alternate flaps are guarded and off, slaved, and a test of the microphone here in the cockpit. Stand by. Good test. And odd place for it, folks. When you come to this plane, you'll go, wait a minute, it's not down here. That's because it's up here on the overhead panel. Really weird place for it, folks. First generation jet, so maybe considered second. That's as far as I'll go. Okay, after you checked all your light bulbs, you can turn your pitot heat or your window heat on. We're not going to worry. Make sure your anti-ice is all off. Pitot heat stays off. We'll come down to the middle. Actually, I come down to the middle and I do some, I've already done the checks. Except for this one, I'll set it for 400. But yeah, let me go through what I do. I come in, I get that altimeter, get it set. I'm going to set the TCAS to 20 for now. We'll go out to 40 for the flight. 400 for the radio altimeter. Cannot test any of this. That's a bummer. We can do that in Fearless, but not this. We can start setting up our departure. So 3-2. Then I'll get it more accurate here. Okay, runway heading is 323. Okay. Now remember, with the Javis Tet 2, we're only going to go 3 miles to Javis, and then we're going to turn to 053. So it could behoove us to have that already set. I am going to set it to 0. I hate this about planes like this. Okay, so we're looking for 53, so it will. I just got to see how they're numbered out. There we go, right in between there. And like I said, we're set for 35,000. Okay, so I kind of go through here getting some of this set up. There's 3 lights I think I forgot to test. Radar off. However, we're going to move it up to 5 units. Even though it's off, it's not doing anything, folks. We don't worry. We don't want to accidentally irradiate people. Irradiate baby chances. There we go. And this one I will set for 3-2. That's close enough. Okay, now we'll continue on. Okay, so we'll head over to the other. We're going to do oil cooler, hydraulic pumps, and we'll bring this back. Okay, so the hydraulic pumps are here. We're setting A off, which it is, B on. Oil coolers normal. We'll leave the controller switch here for the pressurization on ground. Gasper valves on. APU blades are off. RTO set. Now we'll do a takeoff horn check. And let's just move them forward. That's what you're listening for. Okay. In the Fearless 747 with all four, you can do the same thing or just move number 3. It doesn't work the same here. Parking brake set, speed brakes down, flaps are 0 set. As you can see the indication, it's in the 0 notch, and each of the 2 gauges are zeroed. Alright, so now parking brake, aileron, and all that's set. Let's head down and do the radios. Okay, now this is going to be a little interesting here. We are going to be actually, let's get rid of the chart for now. And, oh, perfect. Okay. Come out of that and go to browser. Okay, so here's our route, folks. Now, we're going to be coming off of ZQA, which is Nassau's VOR, when we loop back around to Bosar. We're going to intercept radio 131. That's 12.7. Okay. I'm going to put this over here as well. That way we can see the DME if we are on nav at, or GPS at that point. Okay, and then we're going to just basically, that is the Alpha 555. All the way, and we'll pick up a new VOR. Oh, I guess we're not. Here, at Grand Turks, 14.2. Okay, come on, set up, there we go, and we'll do the same here. Again, this will give us a DME indication right here. Up here, the DME is our next fixed. That'll tell us where we are in relation to that. Alright, so there we go, folks. Radios are set. We'll worry about the arrival when we get to the arrival point. So that takes care of that step. And I think that gets us to pushback. Okay, final checks. Let me just look at it from here. Okay, so bad I hit that. Okay, so we'll do a quick performance check. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, flaps 20 out of here. 122, 122, 134. At 144, we'll start flap retraction. Should be to 0. by 200 knots, we'll climb out to 240. Set the bugs. The only thing it doesn't tell you, folks, is how much runway you're going to eat up. But bugs are set for 122, 144 is our first flaps up, and then we go 64, 90, and 200. There's our stave trim. And what our EPR will be set to, which is up here, and what our N1, which will be right here, will read when we go to full thrust. So we'll be at 97.4. See if that's what shows up. Okay, stab trim is 5.6, and that, or I'm sorry, 1.26. Correction, 5.6. So, and then we've got the flight door lights out. All right, so we're ready to start up. We got one other checklist I want to run. Set bugs, okay. All right, so batteries on, APU or ground power. Right now, ground power for the moment. Done our stall warning check, done our emergency lights, our PAX lights are on, window, radio, radar, and transponder are set, and the parking brake set. All we got to do is hold the APU start for 3 count and then close the field. Pretty simple, folks. We'll see if that works out today. One, two, three. Well, I can see the temperature coming up. Now, I'll let you cheat, folks. Where do you think the APU is on this plane? Okay, long enough. See if anyone's answered. APU is right here, folks. That's right. It's in the wheel well. There's your cheat right there. There's the exhaust. And that is accurate, folks. Been up next to a couple of these, especially in the first days of working out at the airport I'm at. We had airline Pan Am, not this iteration, but a new iteration, trying to claw its way into being, I think it's still operating down in the Caribbean. I really lost track of it, folks, but yeah, that and a couple of other airlines came in with them, and yeah, they showed it to us. All right, so the APU is running, and we're good. Close the trip up here, come up here, move to APU. Easy on bringing them in. I do the same with the packs. Bleeds are on. Engine number 2 / APU bleed. Then I bring on the second one. Okay. All right, now I'm going to call for the ground power to be disconnected. Well, let's make sure. Good. All right. Air cart first. for now, we're good. And let's get them started. Okay, next check. Okay, anti-ice pitot heat. This is before takeoff. Here we go. Went too far. We already did this one. Alright, so to start the engines, it's simple. Beacons on, galley power off, packs off, 30 psi, and then we start up. Pretty simple, right? Beacon. Galley power's off. Sorry folks, packs off. Okay. Lastly, hold the jetway. Starting them up. One last look. Okay. Real quick. Got my PSI. We're going to start number 2 first. Going to ground. N2. Once it reaches 20, which is just about to, we'll start the fuel. Fuel. Got them spoiling up. And everything looks good. I want to welcome you all into Flying with Mike. Sky Vector. Oh no, I did it again. Dang it. And I did look up that chatty program. I'm still trying to figure a few things out with it. But yeah, I really need that. I really need it. Okay, we are stable. Let's go for the next engine. Come on, hat switch. There we go. Starting number 1. Valve on. Same thing. We're just waiting for 20. There's 20. Fuel's on. Temperature dialing up. And so are N2 and N1. And that one's stabilizing. Last start. Come on, get on up there. There we go. Valve on. All 3 are running. Okay, electrical. Let's make sure we're stable. We are. Okay. So, electrical. Closing. Let me kind of slide out of the way here. Close. 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 Okay, up top here, probe heat on. Anti-ice. Right now, not required. Controls. Okay, all the way back, all the way forward. Okay, and then let's just make a nice freedom of movement. Okay, flaps, not yet. We got to go over here, get the rest of our hydraulics on and our fuel. And then finally, transponder. We'll come back to that. I'm also going to knock off the APU. Okay, we are just moments away from powering back here in Nassau. We'll go up here to the panel. Go ahead and go to TARA. We're set to go on that. Everything else is set. Weather looks spectacular down here. And it is time to get that rear hatch up. And for those curious how that works, Shift F1. Okay. Reverse thrust. Brakes off. Okay, and there we go, folks. We are on the move. And while we taxi, I'll be on the quiet side. Maybe. So I'll be quiet for a few, folks. Just follow along.
USA 79 at the go down.
Alright, folks. They're adjusting because it may take a little bit, but we're gonna get rolling here. Nassau traffic, Clipper 14, departing runway 32. And may this not be like the departure out of South Tahoe last night, or the night before last. Brakes off. Alright, anti-collision on, wing lights on. Okay. Got a couple things I want to check before we roll, so. Okay, real quick, oil cooler to ground off. Fuel heats are off. Auto pack start switches. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, the big thing here on takeoff, folks, for those of you new to the 727. Right here in the notes. Takeoff power is 97% N1. We'll climb at 92%. We'll do our best on that. Flaps should be up by 200 knots. And then, of course, 10,000, you can go to our cruise climb speed of 280. Lights off, of course. Fly level 290 or around it. When we hit 0.78 on the Mach, we'll go into Mach hold. Alright, so that's how we'll be doing this. We're going to go ahead and shut the packs off for this departure. And as we're bringing flaps up, I'm going to try to remember to get over here and get them going. Okay. Brakes off. Landing lights on. Go. Boost up to about 50% N1. Looks like we're stable. We are right at takeoff power. Airspeed's alive. There's 80 knots.
80 knots.
Cross check, takeoff power set.
B1, rotate.
Nice and easy off. Set our takeoff pitch into gear. Flaps starting up. 3 miles. I am going to go autopilot. Heading select, altitude select. Make our turn. Come back here. Start our packs. check something real quick. Alright, let's try getting some stuff on again. Not sure why our PSI is like that. Okay, after takeoff, seatbelts, anti-ice, gear up, flaps up, auto trap, hydraulic and pressure set. I am not sure what's going on with that. Okay, we are on our way, folks. Lights off. Logo lights, and finally let's nose over. So we come into VS. Accelerated up to 280. All right, so keep climbing here. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned why my pack pressure went so high. Okay, and I'm just waiting for 280, and then I'll set the IAS mode for holding it there, and then the pitch will be maintained to do it. And the only other thing once I do that is get that radar on. Alright, there we go. We're into the climb now. Everything's looking good. Come up here. Come off RTO. And my pressure is still skyrocketed. Okay, temperatures are still above 40. That's the best. All right, sir. We'll see you when you get back, Orb. Thank you for coming out today, and thanks for that reminded me to get rid of the browser. All right, and okay, I am going to go ahead and go direct BOSAR. Over here, we can kind of watch what's going on. We don't have a nav GPS switch, I don't think. 31. Let's see if we, how close we come. We'll cross in here. Well, we're going direct BOSAR, so actually, have our flaps all the way up. Now let's see how good this thing is. Didn't record any troubles, so. All right, well, let me go back here and see if our pressure, oh good, our pressure is coming down. They're 9 feet above sea level. Okay, I think we're set and rolling on to BOSAR now. Okay. There, that'll give us a good read. There we go, folks. We're through 18, so I can... Excuse me, folks. All right, we're on our way. BOSAR is 20 ahead of us. We're at 26,000, about to get about 0.69 on the Mach. So we're about... All right, now I'm going to be a little quiet again. My wife has another phone call. All right, folks, we're back. Sorry for that. Very important call. It's about my appointment tomorrow, and we've got storms planned here tomorrow. Could get kind of rough around here, so if you're little inside information for those thinking of what they want to fly tomorrow, St. Louis, storms all up and down. So, you know, anywhere from maybe Chicago down to Memphis, Kansas City, Little Rock, kind of helping you out there if you're into flying in the soup, so to say. And it's not tomato soup, folks. Although that's a pretty good soup. All right, so we are turning on course, folks, and showing Mach just about there. And as you can see, we're almost Mach 30, or at 31,000. So I'm going to call it good enough. Into Mach hold we go. So let's take a look at this panel real quick for those curious. Okay. Come in, your set is turn knob, so you either can go to nav lock or aux nav. Now, how do you go with just the heading? That's heading select over here. And of course, anytime you're going up or down, altitude select, so it'll go to whatever you want. Now, here is your vertical speed, so you got to be in VS, vertical speed, to be able to use this. Then you have IAS hold, and then you have Mach hold, and pitch hold if you want to just keep a pitch. You know, say the SID says you got to maintain, God forbid, 8%, 13%. You can get to a 13% rise, hit pitch hold, and it'll hold that. May not be the speed you want, it'll be then directed by your power, but you get the point. So now we'll just take it on up to 35,000. Thought I turned all my lights off. I missed the... Oh, I missed all the taxi routes. Well, that's weird. Oh well. Okay, and we're now coming into 35, and our goal now will be to maintain 8.80. Now, here's the kicker. We don't have an auto throttle, folks, so we're going to be maintaining that with the thrust. And we, as you can tell, like the Felis, you can switch it into cruise, climb. Can't do that here, so you're going to... I didn't pull my throttle back, so we got up there pretty quick. Okay, so 200 feet, we're at the right climb power setting. Go me. All right. So, folks, we're on our way. Let's see what's around us. Not a lot. Oh. Are you serious? They're using these airports as well? So April the 2nd, folks, I just found out, I believe, has crossed the pond. Man, I thought I had somebody that was going to tell me that, and I guess they did not. I wouldn't be able to fly it anyway, as usual, so... Okay, we are leveling, and I am setting power right now before I turn the seatbelt sign off. All right, let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sign off. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our cruise altitude. We ask that while we're in cruise, that if you're not up and about, keep your seatbelt fastened for your safety. We never know sometimes when we're going to hit some turbulence. So for your safety, it's always good to keep your seatbelt on in that seat. Our flight attendants are coming around right now to serve you. However, their main good job is the safety of the entire cabin. So keep that in mind. For now, sit back, relax. We have roughly an hour and 20 minutes to San Juan. San Juan weather looks absolutely miserable. It's 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, wait, I always get that C and that F screwed up. So, folks, we got a beautiful day in San Juan. Relax, enjoy, and we'll see you. We'll be talking with you a little later in the flight. All right, so we are in cruise, folks. Hope you enjoy the ride. Get some copyright-free music rolling, and come back at you here. Love for y'all to keep up the chat going in the chat room. Always interesting to hear where you're flying to and from, and help us to keep rolling along here. I'm just setting some things up for the arrival, 200 feet above the ground and so forth, but we're in cruise, and so are you. So enjoy your Tuesday, folks. Simply marvelous up here. Looks like New York Oceanic has come up. All right, folks. Well, we are on our way. Nice hour and 10 minutes to go. We'll check in the cockpit here in a minute and make sure speed-wise all is well. Just wanted you to get another fine look at November 4737. All right, we've got sporadic ATC up. We got Jamaican up. Hard to tell. We got New York, like I said, Houston way back. So, I haven't seen that ever. Key West ground is up. Wow. So, well, folks, enjoy the ride. Hope you, basically, we're flying in the open ocean, islands along the way, many of them of the Bahamas. Soon, probably in about a half hour, you'll see Dominica and Haiti off to our right in the distance. We'll swing the plane around so you can see that. But for now, we're just coming down the northern edge of the Bahamas, headed to Puerto Rico. And I'll be right back. Alright folks, we are back. And currently about an hour to go. Alright, let's hop in here, take another look from this side. Just showing a little fast, so we'll back just a little more on the power. We're at 0.82 it looks like. Which is good for if you're in a 747. We're not. Well, we're out of range of San Juan, so let's come down here. We'll flip over to see if that brings us any wrong one. Oh, there aren't any out here? Alright, so I know we got Grand Turk. Wow. Interesting. I didn't know that. I figured we'd be in contact, especially on this airway, with another VOR, and I was wrong. I'm going to experiment here a little bit, folks, so bear with me. Let's see how bad that looks. Actually, that is not too bad for y'all. Yeah, that gives you a better idea where we are. All right. We're 171 miles now from the Grand Turks. And okay, so let's go over here. Okay, we're right on course. Okay, we're still just a bit fast. All right, so everything temperature-wise looks good. So we are in good shape here, folks. All right, well, let's welcome everyone in. I want to welcome you to Flying with Mike. If you like what you've been seeing and hearing, folks, by all means, we would love for you to follow the channel. Tomorrow, once we get going, there is right now an appointment I have right at 11 a.m. Central Time, so that will delay the stream start. Not sure how long. Hopefully it won't take him long to do the measurements so they can get the fence ordered and get ready to put that in here in a few weeks, maybe a month or two. So that way we have a little bit of a fenced in area for the 140-pound Mastiff that we have doggy wise. So that way he has a little bit of a place to go and just kind of enjoy the outdoors. So, but for now, we are sitting at about 55 minutes from San Juan, and we're going to be coming in hopefully on the Beano 3 to probably runway 8. And then parking, I haven't decided that out yet if we're going to go where Delta usually does or where American does. So we'll kind of see how that comes about when we get there. And who knows? Controller may say, hey, you're going to such and such gate. Who knows? I don't have a controller right now, but between now and then there might be. Who knows? But we are flying for Guardian Air Alliance. It's a neat little virtual airline, more retro type of airline with Pan Am and TWA. But those of you that like current stuff, they do have Atlas. And they fly the Pan Am and Delta fleets, as well as the 747 fleet and 767 fleet of Atlas. I don't know of any 777s yet out there for Atlas to work here, but I know Flight Factor does have one, but I just don't know how the airline is working with that. Only been on board for about 2 months, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. So still kind of getting my way through them, but so far it's a really good airline. They work off of, what is this ACARS called again? The PHP VMS ACARS. So and it's, I think, Airline Manager, if I remember right, base, but again, long time since I've run a VA, and I don't think this was available, but back then I was on a whole different type of flight style. But overall, it's a good bunch of people. The other thing is they also kick it up a notch with the ability, if you're into it, DCS. They do have a squadron. I can't pick up if it's just F-14s, A-10s, a particular plane or not, but they do some DCS flying. And how that all integrates in, I don't know. So, but yeah, they're out there for you. They're so far I haven't had any troubles. I haven't dabbled into the DCS yet, mainly because my account with DCS is all hosed up, and when I download things, I blue screen, and it's because I think I had 2 different email addresses working on it. Just to me it becomes a nightmare, so I don't touch it. Folks, DCS is very realistic for the military folks that want to fly military. So, but anyway, we're Pan Am, so we have the only thing we basically do with Atlas is support wherever whatever they need with the DCS campaigns they're working. And my little Pan Am 727 can only help out in countries, not pretty much inter-country. Now, the 747, 767s on the other hand, you know where that goes. So, all right, so weather out here looks really good. Looking on Volanta, I am not seeing any weather at all. Weather, let's go ahead and flip that around. Okay, 070 at 16, that's definitely good for runway 8. 10 miles of visibility, clouds are VFR conditions. We got a few at 2,600, 4,000, and 9,000. And 29 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, there I went again, getting the F's and the C's all screwed up. 29 degrees Celsius, folks. Close to 90 degrees. That would be fun as a pilot to do every now and then. Just throw that in at him. What? It's 29 degrees? What? I didn't bring a parka. So, and we got some scattered thunderstorms, so southwest. So we'll see if we end up running into those when we get there. So really, the Beano 3 to runway 8 looks good. All right, at 50 miles out, I'm going to go ahead and put us back into cockpit. And put a little bit of power to it because we're back to the right speed. All right. And let's go down here, pull the FMC up. Switch over to the approach. And again, as you look at this chart, we're coming Hardy to Beano to Milet, and then we're going to go down to Wesson to grab the runway 8 ILS. Okay, so, but if we look up here, got your ATIS, airfield's 10 feet above sea level, so we'll set the pressure for landing 0. We need GPS, radar, RNAV 1 capability, and turbojets only can fly this. As you can imagine, here in the Bahamas, there are a lot of turboprops. All right, so we're going to fly 132 off Hardy to Shamu. Then we're going to fly 67 miles to Beano. Now, Beano is an 11,000 foot hard altitude. The problem here is we need to get down to like 2,000 feet. And in 34 miles, folks, that could be a challenge. So we'll see. Just seeing what VATSIM put out. Looks like something going on over in Poland. All right. So from here, let's go ahead. I'm going to bring this up a little bigger for us. Okay, now the directions down here. Bino, we track 140 to Milet, then 154 to Westland. Milet, we got to be above 6,000. This is where it gets real tricky, folks. Yeah, it gets real tricky. The other big thing to be concerned with, 5,800 feet is the general call here for where we need to be an altitude. That's our minimum descent. However, as we're coming in, yes, folks, you can go below it. And I can hear them. Oh, how am I supposed to land? It don't make sense. All right, so we are here, and finally, let's pull up the ILS for runway 8. Okay, so we're going to be coming into Wesson. Again, I'm sorry, it was 3,200 feet. So we got to go from 11 to 6 to 3,200 feet, folks. It's you're going to be descending this plane hard and speed brakes up. And then I'm going to aim for more back towards here on this hold and then roll into it so that way we can be slowing down. So, all right, so the approach goes like this. Again, your ATIS and all your frequencies. All right, 110.3 is our ILS. Final approach is 78 degrees at Patty, which I believe is the NDB outer marker. Right here, that is 6.1 DME from SJU, the VOR on the airport. We got to be at 1,541 feet on glide slope. Now our decision, altitude and height, 311 feet or 302 above the ground. 311 on the altimeter, 302 above the ground. So let's adjust. We'll adjust that in a second. 9 degrees is the airfield elevation. Funny, one other chart said 10. 1 foot isn't going to kill us, folks. Unless, of course, there's water on the runway, then no. All right, so just getting a cup of coffee here. Okay, folks. Yeah. So I got my cup of coffee. Here's our missed approach. It's just basically 2,000 feet left-hand turn to 320, intercept the radial 4 degrees off SJU, straight up to DD and hold. All right, now inches. So any altitudes you see down in this chart are in inches of mercury, not HEPA. Transition 18,000. It's a U.S. territory. DME is required. We have 2 of them. Now, the glide slope that we see visually and the glide path we'll see here, more prevalent here, do not match. So just be aware. We use the gauges to get us down to the 300, then we go visual. Interesting, ILS unusable from 0.8 nautical miles inbound to threshold. Wow. Don't think I've seen that. Interesting. Okay, And again, you can see we're going to be coming in. I plan to try to come in behind it a little to get us to the altitude and to get us slowed down because we're going to be descending kind of hard. Wesson, 3,200 feet. Choral, 2,400 feet. Patty on glide path and 1541. Sorry, I had to go up and look. Oh, there it is. And then we come down the glide slope. Actually, I hope to be on the glide slope back here. Have a Malzer and a Pappy on the left. There's the missed approach again. Now, from Patty to the missed approach point, where the M is, you're going to expect about 1 minute and 38 seconds. Now, that's important if you're in the soup, folks. That gives you an idea that in 1 minute 38 seconds, you should burst out, see the runway if you're right down to minimums. Otherwise, you have to go around. And as we learned on the South America run we did not too long ago, oh yeah, I broke a lot of rules, folks. The big one is I continued down below minimums. That aside, remember I broke out and could see the runway environment, which means I can then go down. However, we lost it. Either to fog, clouds, whatever it really was. Technically, when I lost it, I am supposed to go around. So, and I have asked a couple of VF or IFR pilots, and that is a correct statement. So, don't expect that today, but in future in South America, that's a big possibility. Okay, and finally below us, and again, we'll be looking for about 750 feet per minute down to maintain that 3% glide path. 311 and a half mile. Okay, let me just switch gears, make this smaller again. That way you can all get a flavor of where we're at. Okay, just getting it sized. All right, so from that information, let's go ahead and plug it in to our FMC. TJSJ, we'll click Arrival. Eno 8, hard. ILS. How far out is far enough? Hang on a second, I'm just gonna fast forward here a little bit. Wow. Okay, no, we're not going to be using any of these, so we'll execute, go to legs. Okay, we got about 188 miles to go, folks. So um, we are set now in the FMC. Click that down here. Only thing I have left to do is get our performance, which is right here. Flaps 30, reference speed 127. So figuring right at about that 137, 140 coming down. Ought to be able to hopefully make a pretty good landing here. And then we'll see what goes on from here. I got to check in, make sure what we have. Who knows? Maybe we'll try another one. Who knows? We may not have time, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. According to this, the QNH is 3011 right now. I do not know whether that's true or not. It is not, so I'll just let you know it is 3002. Now, I don't know if that's what the sim is reporting. Big time possibility. And I think that's what got us into trouble in South America when we were all out IFR all the way down. That airport, I think, was below minimums. Per the sim, not per real world. The sim just hadn't caught up yet. Okay, so we're working a field elevation of 0, temperature minus 55 degrees Celsius. I don't get that. A lot of this I don't get here, folks. But for now, we'll set the speeds and we're ready to go. Okay, make sure the oiler is normal, and it is. Cut out, and it is. Everything looks good up here, temperature-wise. And APU is not needed. Okay, so minimums, we know them now, 311. Our target speed is 129 at this, or VREF. Our approach, 140. We'll set the auto brake, and as we come down, we'll begin opening the doors for the cooling of our pressurization and cabin. All right, let's have a little fun. Not sure what we're set at here. Oh yeah, we need to come out. Gives you an idea also where we're at a little further. Okay, we're coming down along the Espanol. Like I said, we're only like 170 miles out now, so all right, so any questions, comments, let me know. We've got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before descent. Now is always a good time, folks. Put a prediction in, and it's simply the exclamation mark predict. And see how we do. One thing I see up here that I want to check. Okay. All right. All right, for those of you who do subscribe to the channel, you're not getting hit by the commercial right now, I don't think. So, thank you so much for your subscribing to the channel. We sure appreciate you. And know that I am taking every dollar and trying to sink it in to make it a better stream. Soon we'll get the new sim to try to make it even better than we have now. So again, thank you so much for the subscribing, following, being a part of Flying with Mike, actively supporting. It means a lot to me, folks. Thank you so much. And if any of your friends would like commercial free, gift them a sub. That's the easiest way they can go without commercials. So thank you again. All right, folks, welcome back. And for those getting a little annoyed with commercials, I'm not trying, there's no requirement for that to be a part of Flying with Mike. But if you would like commercial free, that's one advantage of subscribing. So just throwing that out to you. But also, we'd love you to follow, folks. That's free. And it'll let you know where we're going live next and with what aircraft. But I will tell you this. Tomorrow, this is the aircraft. We are going to do some island hopping with it. And hopefully. And we'll see how we do. But again, to each and every one of the 166 people that follow the channel, thank you so much for support. And like I said, if you so choose, it's not a requirement, but if you choose to, we would love for you to subscribe on as well. All right, with all of that, we are now currently 127 miles out. And I'm going to do a quick check as to why something did not work. Well, that wasn't cool. Hang on, let me try another way.
Slowly towards you. I wanna door of your world and what we can do, but I'm a little overwhelmed. Ooh, my head's full up with what ifs and what if this all falls through. I let you in, now what begins? I open up, I break out. What if you do it first? I'll be heartbroken. If heaven's kind and you were mine, I like the rest, we fall forever, but we'll never know until we know.
All right, I'm kind of lost. Why is it not doing that? All right, looks like I have something in the downtime tonight to look at. All right, let me look at one other possibility. Well, let's check. Did it go away?
CC79 at the go down.
Be heaven if I just let you in for a little love, for a little love.
CC79 at the go down.
I want a tour of your world and what we can do, but I'm a little overwhelmed. Ooh, my head's full up with what ifs and what if this all falls through. It feels so good. I don't wanna run away. I don't wanna run away. I wish
Not really sure why that's not playing. I got a few more seconds. Let me do one thing. If that's the one. Okay, now let me check. One other thing here. Oh, that explains it. Okay. Well, folks, I don't know what's causing that not to work, so
CC79 at the go down.
there it went. Okay, just wasn't enough points out there for the folks, so alrighty. Alright, and if Orb 505 comes in, I'll just let him know. I'll lower those down after the stream. Alright, so we got that working, and we are 60 miles out, folks, so let's see what we can do today. Predictions are at the exclamation mark, the word predict, put a space in there and then a negative number. Also, commands is exclamation mark command, and that'll give you what you can do. So for now, hang on a second while I'm having the fun.
Flying a plane is no different than riding a bicycle. Just a lot harder to put baseball cards in the spokes.
And as he said, folks, we're going to begin our descent. All right, so actually, that's actually easy, folks. We have not figured out what it takes for the butter to trigger. So just to let you know that original Big Mac, I put it in on one flight and it never triggered. And I actually came in pretty greasy. So I don't know what triggers that, but I'm loving seeing it. Seatbelts, well, let's get those ready to turn on. Anti-ice, keep on. Landing lights, okay, that's as we get down lower. Radar altimeter set to 300. Is that correct? Doesn't feel right. I think it was 200 something. Oh, 300, huh? Okay. All right, so there we go with that. All right, and why am I off center? There we go. And we are just about to get to top of descent. 11,000. Real quick, 35 minus 11. 24 times 3, 72. Let's call it 80 miles out. Okay, we're showing Bino at 130, so we'll give it the 40 miles. That'll get us close enough. All right, we are now set for descent. One thing I'm going to work on here. For a few seconds, take a look out here. It doesn't look like we can see Espanol out there, folks. It is probably about 100 miles out there. So go. All right. 27 miles, folks. Hour. Be right back. All right, folks, we are back and we are ready to come down. Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and set up for it. Right now, we're going headings, altitude. Come on, altitude select. Remember, you got to do first. Then we're going to do a VS descent. So watch the needle. Gets to the desire. I'm going for about a 2,000 foot a minute descent. A little more. Perfect. All right, and then of course adjust your power setting, folks. All right, so all right, folks, we are, again, you're monitoring. Make sure you're at 2,000 feet a minute. I'm going to keep us at 0.8. I might actually pull us back a little. Okay, and then our descent checklist had us turn on. Seatbelts. Ladies and gentlemen, take your seats. We've begun our descent into San Juan. Weather in San Juan. Winds are out of the northeast at 16, gusty. 10 miles we can see. Got some clouds in the area and the temperature 29 degrees Celsius. That translates out to about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Thunderstorms off to the south and west of the airport. Hopefully that won't be a factor. Again, take your seats, and thanks for flying Pan Am. All right, look at those clouds. A little bit of thunderstorms north of the island there. So we'll see what we're running into. Are we past Hardy? Yes, we are. So could we be on the approach? Not yet. Got to get by Shamu. And then I think we come on. But anyway, we are descending right at about 0.78. Again, 11,000 by Bino, which is right here on your chart, folks. Right there. And again, folks, welcome in. If you're liking the flight, liking the content, liking the stream, hey, we'd love you to click follow. Click that heart. We'd love to have you aboard on all of our flights. Reason I said most is sometimes I shouldn't have been streaming because I crashed. No. So it happens from time to time, folks, to all of us here that stream. So I got mine last time, which was Sunday night out of South Tahoe. Had a heavy citation and it put a big divot on takeoff. But then we recovered. Second flight went fine. So, and that's what we're hoping for today. I fly this primarily. Let's get our VOR navigation set up for this flight. This is an RNAV approach. However, we're going to get stuff set up here. San Juan is 14.0. ILS 110 decimal 3. And over here, I'm going to throw San Juan. And that should be good. All right. Let's see how we look over here. Okay, we're about 103 miles out of the San Juan VOR. Okay, there's Shamu. We're working our way to Bino, so it shouldn't be too much longer and we'll be on the chart. And let me know, folks, if you like that. If it's too small, I think it is actually too small. And let's see what Volanta is showing real quick like. Hey, we got some traffic ahead of us. But all in all, not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and pull Volanta. Okay, and we're going to continue in San Juan here, 24. All right, so let's okay, so we're coming down, folks. Looking good, 2,000 feet a minute. We're gonna make the only bad thing is I love having that nav display where you have that arc to tell you, am I gonna make it or not? Do I need to steepen? Do I not? Because if you've all flown, anyone who's flown along with us here, know that I like to get to my altitudes early so I can allow the plane to slow it up. I'm going to keep this on because it won't be long and we'll be on the chart. Right here is the instructions. Here's our routing. We should be popping on here in a few seconds. So we'll keep that up so you all can see it. Actually, correction, I can do something better. There you go. Now that's not accurate because there's Shamu. But Bino is in this general vicinity. And so yeah, you can kind of see how we're tracking across. And obviously Hardy to Shamu and then on is not to scale. Right, and again we're going down to Wesson. Well, we're gonna off mile it. We're gonna probably go due south and intercept that way. We might be close to Varner. Okay, we're getting fast again, so we're gonna get some spoilers going. Speed brakes, however you want to call them. I want us down around 280 and no faster. And pull up our we are 3002. Okay. All right, now we're going to start in on the all right, you can kind of get a flavor of what we're flying here. There's Puerto Rico. Get a little tighter. So here's San Juan. But we're going to our charts. Okay, our minimums are set. Let's review. 30, 126 now is VREF, so we'll target around 135 to 140. Auto brakes are up top here. Let's get those set to medium. And start getting our cooling doors open. Okay. Okay, cooling doors are now open. We're waiting for 10,000. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and put those brakes away. All right, so let's get into a little bit more sterile cockpit here. You can see we're on the chart now. Approaching Bino. We are 15 or so miles out, 56 miles from the airport. Okay. Go to legs here now. Okay, so here we go, folks. And put the flight attendants in place. Okay, there is the island, folks. As we begin to level it off. And we'll slow to 250, even though it doesn't have that requirement. We'll be under that to keep us so, you know, one thing I didn't do, let's get these new speed bugs set. All right, there we go. So 126, we'll aim for 140 on our approach. Okay, there's 11,000, 6 miles to Bino. Okay, now the next altitude to come down to is 6,000 by Milet. So we'll plug that in. Kind of angle this way. Keeping the power idled so I can get us to 250. I wish I could get that speed bug. Okay, there's 250. Should be making that turn any minute now. Bingo. Altitude select. Some down nose. And a little bit. Not much. A little bit more. Again, I want to get down to 6,000. There's 240. That's perfect. It's 24 miles. Don't have to go as steep, but I still want to get down there. Okay. Speed brakes. Landing lights. Okay, all the lights are on. And here we go, folks. We're making our run in. San Juan, do we have any approach? No. Okay, no approach. Radar is starting to show a little bit here. We'll get okay, we're into some clouds. Okay, I'm going to pull back on the speed brakes. Okay. Real quick with Volanta here, folks. See, we do have that storm cell they were talking south-southwest right there. We're coming down this way and intercepting at Mylid again. I am going to go a little bit more due south. Here comes 6,000. Let me see where we are. Perfect. Okay, speed brakes off. Okay, altitude select went green. All good. I am seeing a problem for tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that could become a problem. See how we do. That's a neat shot. In between. Okay, now what we're going to be doing here, we're going to first second come off GPS. That I believe is Wesson right there, folks. Or one of the fixes. Okay, so we need to pull back. Now we need to get that descent going. Okay, we also need to flip our radios around 1030. And we need a heading inbound 078. We are getting into those storms. Okay. All right. Approach checks. Landing lights are on. Anti-ice altimeters, radio altimeter set. Doors closed. Okay. All right. Not yet. I'm getting ready to make my turn on heading. Now. Coming in on my intercept. We just went right through 3,200. Okay, hang on. Hey, I didn't hit altitude select. I thought I did, but I think I just hit heading select. San Juan traffic, Clipper 14, 10-mile final, runway 8. Okay, coming up on glide slope. Yes, folks, we are hand flying this. Flaps, give me 2 notches. Kill the spoilers, please. Actually, arm them. Okay, glide slope. Outer marker. Okay. Slowing up nicely. I lost track of Southwest. Don't know if they're going for 9 or 8. Right now, don't care. Another notch. Up, runway in sight. San Juan traffic, Clipper 14 has the runway in sight, time 7:27. Okay. One more notch. Okay, we are stable landing.
Flight slow. 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 100.
Full reverse. Knots, reverse close, off brakes. All right, we'll make the next intersection. Coming off, it looks like Sierra 6. San Juan traffic, Clipper 14 clear, runway 8 Sierra 6 to the gate. A little wide on that turn. Okay, after landing checks. Alright, so slowing down. Alright, anti-ice off. Yeah, I think we'll go for American folks. Okay, so we're taxiing in, flaps are up, speed brakes are down. Okay, a few things to do here. Namely, transponder to on. Lights off. I'm looking at all these spots, folks. This looks bizarre. Galley power off. And very bizarre, folks. Should have gone where I knew. Delta 9. Alright, we're entering the gate area, folks, so give me a second here. We'll get parked and then finish this up and call it a flight. I think I know one thing I forgot to do. Okay, brake set. Alright, yeah, let's find out if I did. Nope, I did. I did move it over. Okay, flight to ground, galley powers off, packs are set. We didn't get the APU going yet, but we're going right now. Okay. Alright, let me just run through real quick, make sure AvTab didn't have anything else for us before landing. Next page. Parking. Nope, they didn't have anything extra, so that's good. Perfect. Yeah, I think I should have headed for here. Oh well. Well, while we wait, see the plume right under the P, folks. That's where the exhaust is. Pretty wild place. If I have to emergency exit out that wing, you're going right over that engine exhaust. Everything else is looking good. Just takes a minute or two for it to fire up. Usually we do it taxiing in. Well, I am only one person. Okay, well, it looks like it's not going to fall off. We're on it. Okay. Stand by, folks. Let me get us on the APU here. Also down here. Okay, window heat, anti-ice, pitot heat, flaps, transponder, speed brakes, galley power, and APU. Okay. Seat belts. Beacon. Not yet. Exterior lights off. Start levers. 2, 1, 3. Okay. while we're on the ground here, to save the environment a little, let's put the air card on. Give it about 45 seconds and then we'll shut the APU down. Meantime, we'll get the gate coming out to us. See our summary, 2 hours, 10 minutes. Used about 14,000, almost 15,000 pounds of fuel. And, well, there we go, folks. All right, let's go ahead. Air cart, I think, yep, we're on. And let's shut that APU down. All right, folks, welcome into San Juan. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Sure has been fun on my part. Now we are gonna roll it back. Let's take a look here. Okay, 269 was the landing. Not bad. Let's go off on this, bring this down to even. And, you know, the other big thing we forgot. Ugh, that wasn't good. Oops. Got to turn the radar off. Alright, there we go. It is now. And, alright, so we're on that. Packs are on. Awesome. All right, so let's take a look. Where is Sim Toolkit in this? Let's see how this landing looked. I know we've got a flat approach, so that'll be, if any problems we had, that'll come through in that. All right, so what we're going to look at is our landing. So what we do is we go under My Flights, look for landing reports, pull up the last one or whatever one you want to review. All right, so you can see there's your threshold. We do have it displaced here. So this is from here on is where you should be touching down. According to this, pretty close to the aiming point, which was 1,200 feet down the runway. That's I'll take, and 1 to 2 foot to the side of this, to the left side of the center line. That's good too. Really slow on the landing. Remember, it was 129 or 124, somewhere in there. We're like 20 under, so that is not good. We should have kept power up a little longer. But we still eked out 269 feet a minute. So, what we're going to do now is get rid of the jetway. And they got off quick. As soon as it's away. It's away. All right. Let's get back in here. Do a quick search. Make sure nobody... All right, looks good. Who is this? Or no flight plan? No flight plan. Okay, that's cool. I got a little shower showing up here. All right, so disconnect. Let's get our flight taken care of here. Let's see, well, I can't, so we'll file it. All right, filed. All right, 337 feet a minute it recorded us at, so that's not bad either. And anything else? Okay, that can come off. Oh yeah, Volanta. Let's see, they called us at 337. All right, I wonder why Sim Toolkit, what they utilize that's different. Just curious. All right, so we'll close that as well. Folks, we're going backwards in time. A little further. Perfect. Set the mood here. Gear just went down. Now we did fly a lot of this high. So let's watch. Should have carried the power a little further. Now that's an accurate assessment from Sim Toolkit. Wow. All right. That looked really good, folks. Not to toot my horn again. Now, see these arrows over here, folks? They tell you this is the displaced. Here's the threshold. Let's get one more look here, and then we'll try from the tower. Not bad. Let's see how the tower looks from here. Oh yeah, that'll look good. Yeah, power came off a little too late, too early. Oh, man. I think original Big Mac got robbed there on the... That was butter. Well, folks, again, it's been my pleasure to fly with y'all. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. I want to do some testing before tomorrow. One little problem I see creeping up that could be a problem for us. So I'm going to do some testing. Folks, you all have a great day, a great night. We're just going to watch it all the way in. Beautiful landing from the tower view. Tomorrow we are going to fly out of here to St. Croix. It's a about a 60, 70-mile flight. Ooh, I know, nosebleeds. Get your tissues out to cover the blood. Followed by a 100-mile run or so over to St. Martin. And then if time permits, we'll head down to Barbados. So really a nice day on tap for tomorrow. Let's see who's out there that we might be able to hand this over to. Well, doesn't look like we have anyone out there, folks. So what we'll do is just let it bring it into the gate. Folks, you have a great day. Hope your rest of your week goes well for those that can't come back to us tomorrow. We'll see you all again tomorrow. Again, it will be delayed. I have an appointment, barring the weather. If the weather is bad here, then I don't have the appointment. So, all right. So, folks, enjoyed. Thanks for flying with Mike. Thank you all for coming out and coming on. Thanks, Hawker125, for the gift sub last time around to Downwind Sim. Appreciate that. And we'll see you all again tomorrow. God bless you. Have a great day. Good night.